Expect the best used car deals guaranteed. Visit arnoldclark.com.
Welcome to Peter and Roughie's Football Show, sponsored by Arnold Clark. It is Friday. I'm Peter Martin. Thank you for joining us on the programme. In the studio, Alan Rough and Barry Ferguson, looking ahead to football in the Scottish Premiership over Saturday and Sunday. It's been a good February for Celtic. Neil Lennon, manager of the month, well worthy of that award, Roughie?
Yeah, I think so. I think in games that they've won, very, very consistent games, they've just ground out results. That's always a sign of a good side, and they've just taken it in their stride. Obviously, the biggest disappointment was Europe, but apart from that, everything's going on well. Yeah,
domestically in that month there, I mean, it's one of those ones. I'm just looking at February as it stands, and they start off with a win over Hamilton, then it's Motherwell, then they see off Clyde. They haven't lost a goal at this point, apart from fact one at Hamilton, Barry, and they just keep going. Clyde, Hearts, Aberdeen, Copenhagen's a disappointment, but of course in the league, Kilmarnock managed to see them off as well, so it was an undefeated month.
Yeah, very consistent, Peter, and if you want to win things and be the best, that's one thing you've got to do, is win games of football, and Neil Lennon, his team certainly done that. They've, as I said, at times they've played some great stuff, but also at times when they've not been on fire, they've had to grind results out, and that's what top teams do.
Yep, and of course the manager himself not keen to take all the plaudits.
Well, it's a measure, obviously, of the good month that we've had, and that's down to the players really. They've been magnificent and really consistent. So it's for them it's for their performances more than anything I've done. So, well, it's great. We still got a bit of work to do. And we're in a good place at the minute, and we just want to keep the run going as long as we can.
Yeah, of course, St Mirren next up on the horizon for Celtic. They battled away in midweek. Roughie, can you see them losing another game?
Yeah, I think they will lose a game. I think it'll be away from home. I don't think it'll be at home. It'll come to a stage, when against the sort of a bigger teams like Aberdeen and Hibs and Hearts will be up for these games, as they always are. So that would be the possibility that they would drop points there.
Yeah, and of course when you look at it, mathematically there are still games to play for, there's still pride to play for, but league over, Barry, Celtic champions, it's only a matter of time.
Celtic's to lose, Peter. Look, mathematically it's still possible for Rangers, but the way Rangers have come back after the winter break, it's making it easier for Celtic. But listen, Celtic are, as I says, if they keep the level of consistency, what they have done since they've come back off that winter break, well, it's going to be difficult for them to lose it.
Yeah, and of course, certainly over the course of the last month, Leigh Griffiths has got himself back, at least playing on a regular basis, coming on as sub as well for Celtic, making a contribution. His form's certainly improved, and he's hoping for an international call-up.
Yeah, of course. I think it's the pinnacle of your career to be selected for your country. So if I'm selected, I'll be absolutely delighted, and working hard and training to make sure I'm in that starting 11. But I've got a big job to do first for Celtic.
We were all hoping he was going to get back in, and he seems to have just hit that button to show that he's back at the right time for us as a country.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing that he's playing well. The only thing about it is he's playing well with Edison Edward up front, as a two, that...
Yeah.
I have to say,
Edward. Who is Edison Edward?
Edward. But you know what I'm trying to say here.
Are you thinking Edison Lighthouse, the 1960s and 70s group?
No.
Have you heard of Edison Edward? You know what? See, over the course of the season, I'm going to put a compilation together
of names.
Not only names, your mispronunciation of everything, all in sundry, but names, you're a nightmare.
Yeah, well, I've got Morales.
Morelos.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's a better
Well, I
player.
do.
He's a better player with another striker up front with him. That's my only doubt about him putting in a Scotland team and he's a lone striker.
Well, have we got another one up there for him?
Yeah, Nazy.
Yeah.
Stephen Naismith. I'm just glad to see him back after a difficult time. I know we all are saying it was at the end at Celtic for him, but you've got to give Leigh Griffiths credit, Peter. He's obviously went away and worked hard, and he's been desperate to prove the doubters wrong, and he's certainly come back into that Celtic team, and at times he's shown the old Leigh Griffiths. He still knows where the back of the net is. For me, he's Scotland's best striker, most natural goal scorer, so it's good to see him back and great for the national team.
Yeah, absolutely. Proving people wrong at 100%. I make no apologies for anyone who actually commented at the time that it did look as if he was going to be on his way out, but that's what players do. Strength of character. He's bounced back, and great for us if we can get him in a Scotland jersey. What about Rangers? How does the manager somehow try and pick the players up and, according to Stephen Gerrard, get the fans back on side?
No one's hating as much as myself and the players inside the dressing room, so we certainly respect the reaction, and we'll do everything we can to make them feel better as quick as we can, and that's what we've got to do. But that's why, you know, it's about actions now rather than words, but we definitely feel and hear the fans.
I mean, that's really what sums it up. You said in midweek it was unthinkable against Hamilton. What word would you sum up now, Ross County, Sunday for Rangers?
It's a must win. They've got to win the game, Peter. See the manager, and you can clearly see it's hurting him. He's clearly up for the fight. I still think he's a very good manager and the right man for the job. But now, at some stage, the players have got to stand up and show that same sort of fight. And the Rangers fans will expect that, because they'll go up, they'll travel up to Ross County. It's a long journey. They'll spend their hard-earned money. They need to see a bit of fight now, Peter. It's plain and simple for me. You go out and win a game of football, no matter how you get the 3 points, whether it's through scraping, kicking, whatever. Just get 3 points.
I think we all accept on this programme the league is over and Celtic are going to be champions, but let me ask you this. Is there a breaking point here? Obviously you say they need to win. If they don't win at Ross County, is that breaking point? If they're knocked out by Leverkusen, is that breaking point? Or if they lose to Celtic at Ibrox, is that breaking point?
No, I think in terms of the manager, I think the manager's going to be there, Peter. I think he wants to stay, clearly wants to stay for the way that he talks. He's ready to roll the sleeves up. I think the Rangers board accept that. Is it breaking point? I think he's done excellently in Europe, there's no doubt about that. Fine first 6 months of the season, but now it's clearly not been good enough, and he's been open and honest about that. So I don't think it's breaking point.
Yeah, the players are hurting, according to Ryan Jackson.
Yeah, I think first and foremost we just need to work hard on the training pitch. Everyone needs to knuckle down, buy into what we're doing, and come the weekend hopefully we can get a performance that we're proud of and move forward from there. But ultimately we know that the last two results have not been good enough, and we're hurting and we want to go and make that right.
I'll tell you one thing that was evident there in the press conferences, Roughie. You can tell by body language, mannerisms, tone of the voice, not only the manager but the players, just, it's almost as if the whole criticism, the heavy weight of expectation, the defeats, the criticism, they're flat.
That's the character of a football player who signs for Rangers. You know, you have to have that in you, that you're going to have to deal with these situations. Everything's not going to be smooth all the time, but you need characters, you know, and there might be 4 or 5 guys who can't deal with it, but if you've got another 4 or 5 guys who can and can see them through the bad spell, that's the ones that you really need in your team. But you can tell there, you know, that whatever's been, I think a lot of the media stuff had a lot to do with it, and all that rubbish that's been panned out, have been going on for ages. No, all this,
what media
the
stuff?
Statement stuff. No, from Rangers, I mean,
yeah.
Not media. I mean all this, the stuff that's been in the papers about, you know, Morales and all these. I just think all these kind of things maybe not get to the dressing room when you're winning all the time. But see, when you're not winning, These are the things that get brought into a dressing room, and then you have to have players, who have got to deal with it. And I don't think there's enough of them in there wanting to be there. Like, you've got the fullback already talking about he's going to Juve at the end of the season. That can't be seen to be healthy at a club.
I know. I'll defend Barisic. I mean, he can't stem the flow of people linking him with clubs.
Yeah, but you don't talk about it, Peter.
Yeah.
You don't talk about it. You don't throw it out there for everybody to see.
I don't think Barisic threw it out, Roughie. But I do think one thing. I think James Tavernier, needs to have a look at himself. I think you can't come out and say, suddenly the players don't have the mental strength. I think Ryan Kent needs to have a look at himself and think, this is a hefty price. I need to go and start winning games for Rangers. And certainly, saying that they prefer to be underdogs doesn't help. And I think that the biggest culprit of it all is I think Alfredo Morelos needs to have a long, hard look at himself. And instead of apologising belatedly and his conduct, I think he should go out there on the park and let his actions do the talking.
I think Barry touched a good point. There's not enough of them have been at other clubs to have dealt with this kind of pressure. I think there are players in there who have never had to deal with this kind of stuff that's going on at a club, and they just can't deal with it.
Yep.
That's what you sign up for, Peter. When you sign at a club like Rangers, or Celtic for that matter, you take the good with the bad. Now, a lot of the time it's going to be good, but see when it's bad, it is bad, because you're under pressure. At a club like Rangers, you're expected to win every single game, no matter whoever you come up against, no matter how your form is, there's an expectation level. And if you can't handle that, well, do you know what? You're better going somewhere else.
Yeah, I remember when I went to Celtic and Billy McNeil, I first went through the door, and the first thing Billy McNeil said, it'd be great to come to the club and that, we know you're good enough, can you handle the pressure? That was his first words. And Barry will tell you, walking through that door at Ibrox and walking through that door at Parkhead is something that players can't handle. It is, isn't it, Barry? It's absolutely huge.
Yeah, I've seen it with my own eyes, Peter, players that have played at a very good level and been at big clubs in different countries. But you know what it's like up here, the west of Scotland. It's a different ball game up here. But that's what makes Rangers and Celtic special. When you play at clubs like that, there's a real expectation level on you, and you've got to be able to handle pressures. And pressures of winning things comes with the territory, I'm afraid.
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, if you go onto our Facebook page, there is a fantastic competition at the moment which gives you the chance, courtesy of our sponsors Arnold Clark, to win a Peugeot 3008. Yes, a car. It's a simple question. You can get onto our Facebook page. Today, yes, we've got a double whammy. It's the last day of your chance to head into the luxury car with Roughie, with Barry Ferguson, with myself, Peter Martin, and Darren Jackson driving it, no less. You and your best pal could be joining us.
We are off to the Etihad for Manchester City versus Real Madrid, and you and a friend could be joining us by entering our fabulous competition.
We're going to the Champions League. Are you coming? It's luxury travel to Manchester City, Real Madrid. It's tickets to the game and a couple of special guests to keep you company.
You and a friend could be joining us if you enter this fabulous competition.
To be in with a chance of winning, just answer this simple question.
Name Manchester City's all-time top goal scorer. Is it A, Sergio Aguero, B, Raheem Sterling, C, Kevin De Bruyne? Submit your answer below and you and a friend could be on your way with our special guests to Manchester City versus Real Madrid in the Champions League. Enter now and good luck.
Great competition, fingers crossed. Last chance to enter. Easy answer, surely. Now, let's have a look at the fixtures, see exactly what's on offer this weekend. Saturday and Sunday, Aberdeen Hibs, Celtic St Mirren, Hamilton against Kilmarnock, Hearts against Motherwell, St Johnstone against Livingston, and as Barry Ferguson has put it, 12 o'clock Sunday, it's a must-win game for Rangers up at Dingwall against Ross County. So, we'll talk about the other games in a minute. Just one thing that could affect the whole card, and the SPFL Chief Executive Neil Doncaster has warned about this, is quite simply the coronavirus has to be taken seriously, Roughie. If it forces matches to be postponed. That's a real worry, financially as well. As you can see here, some of the words from Neil Doncaster show you that they've obviously got contingency plans. We're taking a pragmatic approach to the current situation and have alerted our members to the fact that if the outbreak affects the first team of even one SPFL club, it could make completing the SPFL season very difficult. So first team players and staff should be extremely vigilant. Whilst the current clear advice is that matches should proceed as scheduled, we will obviously prepare for contingencies where matches might have to be played behind closed doors or even be cancelled, as we've already seen with other major sporting events. With that in mind, we have alerted the Scottish Government to the dire financial consequences facing clubs if the current situation changes and clubs are unable to generate revenue from ticket sales. Financially, that would be a huge blow, Roughie.
Yeah, it certainly would, but I think we have to be conscious that we all have to be aware of what's out there, and I think that's what the governing body's doing, is trying to just make everybody aware that if we all act accordingly, then these things won't happen.
Yeah, fingers crossed on that one. Lots of football to look forward to. Darren McManus has mentioned this battle between Aberdeen and Motherwell. It got to the point where I thought neither of them really wanted to win games, but he reckons it's still in Aberdeen's hands.
Yeah, it's going to be a great battle. Fair play to Motherwell. They struggled lately, but great result. Back to the way they were playing earlier on in the season, so Derek knows he's up for a fight to get that third place, because Motherwell, as I said, are showing the sort of form they showed before the winter break, Peter.
Yeah, and suddenly, Hibs will be looking at this, Roughie, and I'm saying to myself, maybe they'll be thinking to themselves, they could make a little run here, there's enough games.
Yeah, then as far as Aberdeen's concerned, I think 2 or 3 weeks ago we were all saying that's the Aberdeen season finished, but all of a sudden they've still got third place to go for. They're in the semi-final of a cup, and I'm sure that'll keep the supporters happy that weren't happy 3 weeks ago.
You just wonder if the Hibbies are looking back at the Edinburgh Derby and thinking to themselves, we blew a real chance there.
Yeah, I've said it all along, I don't think the defence is good enough yet, and I think the midweek just proved that.
Yeah, what are you going for there? Aberdeen Hibs?
I'm going to go Aberdeen.
1 each draw.
Yeah, I'm going to go Aberdeen to win it 2-1 as well. As far as Celtic against St Mirren, Roughie?
Celtic 3-0 for me.
2-0 Celtic.
Yep, another win here. Hearts against Motherwell then. Again, I think, Roughie, we could be witnessing the first time, I think, Hearts 3 consecutive wins in a long time.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'm going to go for a Hearts win, but obviously that result Motherwell had in midweek, they'll go there with confidence. But I think the Hearts players are now going to believe that they could win games.
Yeah, they certainly believe it, but if Hamilton keep winning, Stendhal will just be wondering what the heck is happening here.
He must have seen that result come through at 9:45 and think, what have we got to do? But listen, a lot of people are going on about Rangers. You've got to give Hamilton credit for that result as well, Peter. A lot of people forget that. Under pressure, bottom of the league, and they go and they produce 3 points. So, no, Hearts, they need to get something for the Motherwell games, but I think it'll be a draw.
Yeah, I'm going Hearts to win.
Hearts for me.
Yep, okay. St Johnstone against Livingston. I can't separate them, even though I thought Livingston were magnificent. They play to their strengths, and I'm not going to say they're a long ball team. They certainly are a good set piece team as well as playing a bit of football. But St Johnstone impressed me, as well against Celtic, and I think they've got some good footballers again. Great credit to Tommy Wright. I've got a draw, Roughie.
No, I'm going to go for St Johnstone. I think Livy are very good at home, as they proved in midweek there. But I think St Johnstone have got a wee bit of form now. I'm going to go St Johnstone 2-1. I'm
going for another draw in this one. I can't split the two of them.
Yeah. Okay. And of course, listen, we've got to pay tribute to Hamilton Accies. They've obviously got the high of that game, and I think even from the point of view of Brian Rice, who were looking and saying to themselves, all right, beating Rangers, but you got to go and beat Kilmarnock.
Yeah, look, nobody expected them to go to Ibrox and get the 3 points. Now there'll be an expectation level now, Peter, with they're at home. There'll be a wee bit of pressure with the home fans. So, again, Kilmarnock, I just think Kilmarnock up top are dangerous. So I think Kilmarnock will nick this 1-2-1.
I'm going for a Hamilton win, Roughie.
I'm going to sit in the middle of the two of you then. I'm going to go one each.
Yeah, okay. It's all about opinions on the programme. Incidentally, Chris Doolan is our podcast guest this week. I thoroughly enjoyed him. Partick Thistle legend. Roughie, you know all about being a Jags legend.
Yeah.
I thought his insight into the game was superb.
Yeah, from a striker's point of view, any young kids out there who have the chance to listen to it, you know, get the mindset of a striker. You know, every striker's different. They have strengths and weaknesses, and I thought he came over very well.
Yeah, absolutely. That's our podcast. You can get it on Spotify, you can get it on Apple, Libsyn and Deezer, and if you want to watch it, PLZ Soccer's YouTube channel doesn't get any better than that for you. Good luck with the competition. If you want to give us your opinion, why not do it across all our social media outlets? Twitter at PLZ Soccer. On Facebook Live, Monday to Friday, Barry always fronts up on our Facebook. And of course, this weekend, if midweek was unthinkable, then the weekend is must-win game. Fingers crossed, as Barry has got them there. It's 2 fingers crossed. It's as simple as that. You can give us your opinion on Facebook and join us on Facebook Live and share the stream. And of course, on YouTube, please do subscribe, share it with your friends, let them know that we're here. The football family is getting bigger every day on the programme, and we really appreciate your support. Subscribe, you'll get all the latest. And if you download the app on our PLZ Soccer, you'll get all of this at your fingertips. Good luck with the competition to win a car. Get onto PLZ Soccer's Facebook and you have a chance to win a car courtesy of our sponsors, Arnold Clark. From Roughie, from Barry Ferguson and from myself, Peter Martin, thank you for watching.
Expect the best used car deals guaranteed. Visit arnoldclark.com.